Hi, everybody. This is Naila Johnson with the Youth Action Committee, and welcome to our last day of Creation and Innovation Week. And this is also our last day of our 2020 summer program. So congrats, we made it. I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you all for coming. But today we have two special guests, and they will be explaining something that they created. And then we are going to be doing our own separate craft. So presenting Mr. Gemlick and Jacob and his son Jacob.
All right. Well, thanks. Can everybody hear me? I hope. Okay. I'm getting thumbs up, so we'll get started. So my name's Ryan Gimlish. I'm a mechanical engineer.
And I'm Jacob. I don't have a job.
This is my son. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Hopefully this works.
Now, Jacob, move
on. All right. Hopefully you can see the screen here. So we're going to just talk about a little project that we've been working on for a long time. So I'll start by saying, so when I was a kid, my grandpa had this little go-kart up at his cabin, and I just loved driving this thing. And I thought, well, that would be a really cool thing to have and to make with my kids. And so that's why we built this thing. Jacob thought it would be fun, and I thought it would be fun to make it from scratch and build something that we could just drive around. So for a project like this, where do you start? It's a good idea to start with a plan. So that plan might be something that you create yourself, or maybe you base it off of available plans that are out there. So in this case, I started with a website called kartfab.com, and they have free plans for go-karts, and there's some that you can buy for about $20. And so I went with the $20 version for how to build a go-kart. And for this kind of project, there's a lot of tools and materials that you need. You have to be able to cut metal and join it together with a welder. And so since I'm a mechanical engineer, I had a lot of those tools already, but these are the kinds of things that you need to get started with something like this. There's a lot of parts and planning that go into this. One of the things that I did was start with this online plan, but then do a very detailed plan. What are all the nuts and bolts that I need to buy, and what are all the little how much metal do I need, and where do I get it from, and what size, and all that stuff. So a lot of planning went into getting all the right parts. This particular plan also has a kit that has a lot of the parts, so you don't have to make them. So things that are hard to make, like gears and shafts and bearings, those are all things that you can buy as part of this kit or from other go-kart websites. So we got all these materials that are over here in the picture. The seat, a few parts of the frame, and the mount for the engine and the tires, all that stuff. We just bought. So to start making it, you just start out with steel. So get a 3/16 thickness, so 3/16 of an inch thickness piece of metal, and you just start cutting it and drilling holes in it, and according to your plan. So that's what these pictures are just some of the pieces that go on the go-kart for the seat and for throttle cables and all the things that you need. and then the frame. So you start cutting out pieces of what's called steel tubing in order to create the frame. And you just cut all the right lengths and start what's called tack welding them together, where you just basically join the pieces of metal until they create the frame. So that's what this step here was just creating a frame out of this metal that you can get from any metal supply shop. And so Jacob and I did a lot of this work together. The welding I did because you have to have a mask and special gear in order to weld. But we just welded up the frame, put all the little pieces on it, the brakes and the gears, and yeah, the engine came later. We had to build. So we decided to upgrade our kart a little bit because I didn't want to have to do a pull start on the engine time. And so we actually got an electric start engine, which means that we need a battery to run it. And so we welded together a little battery case, and it's a picture of me welding over there. That's just, yeah. And then you also need a way to transfer the power from the engine to the wheels. And so what you need for that is called a torque converter, and gears and chains and pulleys and belts all go with that. And so we assembled all of that together. We initially built some mechanical brakes, which operate just by, you push the brake pedal, and then it would close this, pull on this rod, and then close this little disc to stop it. And how'd that go at first, Jacob?
Not good.
Yeah.
Not work at all.
Yeah, so we ran into a few snags along the way. The mechanical brakes were terrible, and we didn't end up being able to stop it very well. So then we had upgraded to hydraulic brakes like you have on your car, and that worked a lot better. So that's what this picture, Jacob, how do you show a pointer on this? Do you know?
Pointer.
Pointer. There we go. That's what this is here. The little brake, hydraulic brake system.
I always hit my foot on that thing when I'm getting in. It's kind of annoying, but it works.
So this is what we came up with. So the engine on this kart is bigger than the one that in the plans, because I wanted that electric start thing, right? So welded this all up, put it all together, did all the wiring and assembly and bolting it all together, and then took it all back apart again.
It's so sad.
So that we could paint it. Because when you have a mild steel, it tends to, if you get any water on it, or even the water that's in the air will get on it and make it all rusty and corrode. And so paint helps to protect the steel from corroding. So we took it all apart and we painted it. And this is what the frame looked like after we finished painting it. And this is a little video of us putting it back together.
Me eating popcorn.
Hopefully this works. So we spent, I don't know, a couple hours, I think, putting it back together. And unfortunately, the phone died before we actually finished, but we tried to get a time lapse of the whole thing.
It's so sad. So satisfying. Time lapses are awesome. Wait, you saw Levi in there. Oh, and David's sitting there. Don't mind if a baby's in the underwear.
So that's what it looks like, all put back together. So this was
When it
when
was
we
new.
first finished it. And then I'll just show you a couple videos. This is from last night. Jacob was driving it on some dirt.
It's like 2 seconds.
And then here's another little video.
Yes.
Oh, This is me driving it in warp speed.
That was an accident.
And hopefully this one works.
Warp speed.
We just uploaded this one.
Yes.
Yeah, this was Jacob driving it last night.
It goes a lot faster on dirt. No, it
No.
doesn't. I meant street.
So yeah, this is over near Bethany Park. There's a little spot. I'm not sure who put in this little track, but we decided to try it out.
It's way
Drive
better
on it.
on street. Even though it has dirt tires, you can go so much faster. It's like it's just a straight line. It's not bumpy. It's great. All right, that's good.
All right. So that's pretty much what we put together. Do you guys have any questions? Let's see.
If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the chat box or unmute yourself.
Who are these people?
How fast can it go? So I've never fully clocked it, but according to my calculations, it should do about 38 miles per hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Another question was, what was your favorite part of the build?
What do you think, Jacob?
Probably painting and reassembly, seeing it done. For, like, it took so long. It was great seeing it done.
Yeah, we started this project, I think, in 2017, and you know, it was slow. It took a lot of time. You know, we'd work on it every few months or so, and anyway, it finally came together. Last year, sometime, or maybe the end of 2018.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took a couple of years, I would say, to put it all together.
What kind of fuel does it run on?
Just regular gasoline, just like your car.
Oh,
So the engine is it's a Predator 420 engine from Harbor Freight. So they're very inexpensive engines, like you'd put on a lawnmower.
We have a lawnmower that we ride.
This would be a big lawnmower, though.
One of those ones that you sit on when you drive across the lawn. That'd be awesome.
all right. Do you have any other questions from the kids?
Well, we got not a lawnmower. It's just something that's not poison.
Did we get discouraged? So Jacob was probably discouraged.
There was a period for like a good 6 months where we didn't do anything on the go-kart because we didn't have time. And so at that point I was just like, there was just like a big piece of metal sitting in our garage. It was just like a frame. And that was a pretty, not a good point for the go-kart building. That was a little boring.
Yeah, I think the other point was when we first tested it, and the brakes were so terrible. Then we realized we couldn't even drive it, so we had to kind of go back to the drawing board and redesign the brakes and come up with something better. And what we got is much better. So if you want to invent or create things, so one of the things that I like to tell people is that you kind of just have to believe in yourself that you can do it. A lot of being able to do this kind of thing is just, it's not like I knew how to build go-karts, or that, I've had some experience and training through my schooling, I guess, but for the most part, anybody can do this if you just sit down and look at a plan and just try it, and so I think that's a big part of making things, is trying and sometimes failing, and just, if it doesn't work, you try something else until it does work. So that's true of a lot of aspects of design and building and making. Just that whole, just being diligent, I guess.
And using good resources. Yeah. Not always out of your own brain.
So how long and wide is it? It's about 5 feet long and a little under 4 feet wide with the tires.
Yeah, it's like just barely wide enough for me and Dad to sit in it in the same time. My butt is like hanging off the edge, but like it's almost wide enough.
Can I say something?
I can think of, so one other part that, after we'd built this thing and had it all painted and ready to go, you want to talk about Yashar?
I'll talk about Yashar. We took Yashar out to drive the go-kart on a dirt track, or on a little field out by the community,
I think where they're putting in Safeway.
Yeah.
Before that all started.
Anyway, there was like a dirt track the firefighters built because like the fire, and they built a dirt path around it. Anyway, it was really, really bumpy, and Yashar accidentally crashed the go-kart into like the little dirt barrier that was surrounding the track, and the steering wheel broke. And so we had to fix it.
Yeah, he was a wild man.
Yeah, he was like drifting. Wow.
Sorry.
There he is.
Hello.
So yeah, I mean, it wasn't a big deal. We were able to fix it, weld it back together, fix all the parts. Yeah, no problem.
Very hard.
So yeah, it's back up and running, and yeah. So the least favorite part.
I don't know. People bend down.
I was watching Dad study.
Yeah, the plan.
So say that out loud.
I think my least favorite part was like him researching, because I didn't really do that part. So it was boring for me. I don't know about him. I bet he had fun.
Oh, I enjoy this stuff. So
All right. Any other questions?
Ooh, I know. I want to build a giant, like, air-pressured Nerf gun that shoots, like, plungers. Like, huge bullets and really big. That's what I want to build.
You and Yashar can work on that together.
And a jetpack. I want a jetpack.
I think I'd like to build a drone, but we'll see about that. That's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, no kidding. We can build, like, a military drone so we can spy on our neighbors.
Whatever. Whatever.
You know, the drone is the most noisiest thing in the existence of the universe.
That's awesome. All right. Any more questions? Yes, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it very much. And I think the kids are inspired. Maybe they'll be making their own go-karts when they have the time to do so. But yeah, thank you guys for coming and sharing your design with us. It was really cool. And we hope to see you guys next year. Hopefully when we do our next summer program. Maybe you guys can actually show us in person if we're actually, if we're able to do so. But thank you guys so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Take care.
Show in person.
Very, very good.
Don't leave him.
All righty. All right, guys. So now we are going to be doing our craft for today. So we're going to be doing our wind-powered cars. So does everyone have their supplies today? So we're going to need tape, a pair of scissors, okay, 4 plastic bottle caps that look like this. Well, they don't have to look exactly like this, but they all have to be the same kind. Just regular clear tape should work. If you have duct tape, then I mean that's fine too. Tape is tape. And then wooden skewers. If you don't have wooden skewers, I use chopsticks, or I have chopsticks. You need 2 straws. Here, let me take them out. One and 2. All right, and if you guys don't have the supplies, you could just you can watch and see how we make it. That way, when you do get the supplies, you can make it at home on your own. We will be posting these recordings. Awesome. We will be posting these recordings on YouTube. That way that everybody can see our tutorials and all of our lessons that we've been doing and all that great stuff. So yes, you need your 2 straws, your chopsticks or wooden skewers. You need a small piece of cardboard. I'm most likely gonna cut it a little bit. No, you do not need the plastic bottle. You just need the tops. And 2 pieces of colored construction paper. All right. Awesome. Perfect shape cardboard. Alrighty. So is everybody ready to get started? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, we got 1, 2. We need 2 more thumbs up. You guys ready? Okay. 3. Okay. I think we're ready. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm gonna have to cut this. If your piece of cardboard is already cut, you can just leave it. But I'm going to cut my cardboard into a smaller rectangular shape. That way my car isn't as big. So it doesn't have to be too big. This is how big mine is. Alrighty. All right, the next step is you're gonna get your straws and you are going to tape them to the bottom of the cardboard. You're gonna tape one at the top and you're gonna tape another one at the bottom. That way they're parallel to each other here. Like this. So you're gonna tape them down. And if you guys have any questions while I'm doing this, go ahead and ask. That's 1. Or if you guys need me to slow down, then you can go ahead and let me know. Alrighty. So there's the bottom. So next, we're gonna cut the edges. Cut the extra part of the straw off. That way it's not poking out from underneath. we are making a wind-powered car. So it'll almost look like a sailboat with wheels. So these are, the straws are gonna be your axles. All right, so we're gonna cut, ooh, like this. We're gonna cut the extra straw pieces off. All right, so it should look like this on the bottom. Okay. Alrighty, next I'm going to get my chopsticks out or my wooden skewer. So right now you only need 2 of them.
Oh, it has it.
No, I think, there we go. I just needed to cut this extra piece off.
Using chopsticks. Okay.
Alrighty, let's see, hopefully it fits. Ooh, thank goodness.
Oh, yeah, you tested it out.
Alrighty. So the next thing we're gonna do, we have our skewers or chopsticks. And this part, you will need a parent's assistance because we're gonna be cutting holes in our bottle caps. For the wheels, yes.
All right.
So you can have your razor blade or your parents will have the razor blade. And they're gonna cut a small T in the center of the circle. And that's for all of the wheels. So that's kind of what it looks like. Can you guys see it a little bit? It doesn't look like it's in focus, but there's a small T right in the center. And you're gonna do that for your parents are gonna do that for all 4 of your wheels. That's 2. Yep, that's 3.
You got good use out of those straws, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. All right, so Benjamin, we got our bottle caps and we got the razor blade, or your parent got the razor blade, or hobby knife, and they cut a small T in the very center of the bottle cap, or if you turn it sideways, it looks like an X, but a small T in the middle of the bottle cap. So let me know when everybody's ready for me to move on. That way I'm not going too fast. Alrighty. All right, so that leads to our next step. So with the skewers, you're going to poke one end into one of the bottle caps. Just one end. Here, I'm gonna do this end. It's easy. All right, so your skewer is gonna go through one of the bottle caps. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna slide your skewer through one of the axles. Just like that. You're gonna slide the opposite end into the axle. And then you're gonna get another wheel and put it on the other end of the skewer.
That's how I made my go-kart.
Oh, really? Just like that. So there's your first set of wheels. All right, and then you're gonna do the exact same thing for the bottom two wheels. So we're gonna stick one end through the bottle cap, put it through the axle, and then put the other end through the cap. There we go. All right. And then you guys can test it out to see if it rolls. Let's see if mine rolls. A little bit. It rolls a little bit. All right, let me know when everybody's ready. All right, we got one thumbs up. All right. Benjamin, you ready? No, not yet? Okay.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sick. I don't know if it's a bottle, but it's.
Mm-hmm. All right, are we ready? All righty. So our next step is you're gonna take one of your pieces of construction paper. Which one should I choose first? You guys pick, the red or the blue?
Blue.
Blue? Alrighty. So I'm gonna get my glue and I'm gonna cut it so that it's the same size as the top of the cardboard. So the same sort of rectangle size. I'm gonna put it on top of the cardboard. So for this, you might want a pencil. I didn't bring one with me, but
Need a pencil? Yes, please. Oh, sure.
that way you could see how much you have to cut.
Would that work?
Yeah, that works. Thank you.
I got
Alright, so mine
Did it right,
is,
that was right.
I just need to make a mark. And here. And alright.
Now you're painting it, right?
Sort of pink. All right. So here's my piece of paper. So it should fit right on top of that piece of cardboard. And then you're gonna tape it down.
Is it fine if we can like cut different type like pieces of like short and big and just add different colors to the top?
Yeah. Yeah, of
Like-
course. You can do anything you want. You can draw on it, you can use different colors, anything.
You can even glue it down if you want.
Yeah, you can glue it down if you want to. Just make sure that there's a space in the middle where there's no glue or tape. Right here in the middle, just make sure there's no glue or tape. So I recommend just taping it or gluing it down in the corners.
Yeah, roll in the tape like you do this. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna place this right on top. All right. So my paper is nice and secure on the top. Alrighty. Everyone give me a thumbs up when they're ready for me to move on. All right.
Jasmine making one too?
I don't know. Jasmine, are you making one?
Oh no, I saw somebody's. Oh, was that Lauren's thumb?
Mm-hmm.
Whose thumb?
That was Jasmine.
Oh, Jasmine.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think she's gonna do it later when I get back home. Maybe.
Mhm.
All right.
Who knows? I'm not making one too.
Hi. All right. Benjamin, you ready? No, not quite. Okay. We'll wait one more minute and then we're gonna go on to the next step. Yeah, it is a little hard. What part are you having trouble on?
Hey, Benjamin.
Oh, cutting the paper. If you don't want to put the paper on top of it, you don't have to. You can always color it if you want to, or you can paint it. You don't have to put the paper on top. What stage am I on? We already made the axle and the wheels, and we just put some paper on top of the cardboard. And you can either paint it, you can color it, or you can just put regular construction paper on top of it.
That's pretty cool.
We are kind of almost done. We're more than halfway there. All right. So the next step, you might want to, you might need your parent again. Well, not might, you should have your parent again. So we're going to take our razor blade or hobby knife, and they're going to cut a T in the very middle of the cardboard. So just like this. All right. Alrighty. All right, when you guys have your T in the middle, just let me know.
So you're gonna poke a small hole in the middle.
Yes, right in the middle. All right. So I'm gonna go through the instructions one more time, just so everyone can understand. You get your cardboard. You get your cardboard. It could be small, it could be big, however big you want it to be. And you get your straws. You get 2 straws. Make sure they are parallel to one another. And you tape them to the bottom of the cardboard. All right. And then they might be sticking out on the end. So you get your straw and you cut it so the straw doesn't stick out from below the cardboard or from under the cardboard. Then you get your wooden skewer or your chopstick, and you put it, well, actually, you get your water bottle caps and you poke holes in all 4 of the bottle caps. And then you get your skewer and you poke you poke the skewer through the cap on one end, and then you put the other end inside the straw, and then you put the other bottle cap on the other side. And then you do the same thing at the bottom. So you put the skewer through the top, put the other end through the straw, and then put the other top on the other end of the skewer. Does that make sense to everyone? Yes. Okay. All right. So after you've put on your paper or your paint or your crayons or your markers on top of the cardboard, you're gonna poke a hole in the very middle, in the very center. Looks just like that. And then you're gonna get a third skewer, and you're gonna poke it through that hole, just like that, and make sure it's all the way through. Well, not all the way through, but as that excuse me, so that it's not dragging on the surface that you're gonna roll it on. So poke it through enough so that it's not touching the surface that you're gonna be rolling it on. And then on the bottom, if you want to, just so that it can stay extra secure, you can tape the skewer on the bottom just so that it doesn't fall out or wiggle. And then you can tape the base right here if you would like to also. So that's what I'm gonna do just in case, so it doesn't come out.
That wasn't gonna come out. He had it secure in there.
All right, so it should look like this. All right, let me know when you guys are ready to move on to our last and final step. All right. All right. So lastly, we're gonna get our last piece of paper, and you can cut it into another small rectangle or really any shape that you want. You can do a circle, you could do a triangle, rectangle, square, anything. So I'm just gonna do a regular square. Make sure it's not too small or too big.
At the top.
All right, so about this big. And you're gonna poke the skewer that's sticking out. You're gonna poke it through one end of the paper.
The middle, you have, what do you have in the middle?
Just like that. So it could be just like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold the paper slightly over and poke and stick it through the skewer.
Is it fine if we add two skewers in the middle and add the tape the our second paper to the side to keep the two skewers distance and then tape the second paper onto the skewers?
Yeah, that's fine too.
I wanna see it.
All right, so this is how it should look. Or if you decided to tape it, then you can do that too. All right, can everybody see it? Yes, it should look like a sail, just like that. So you get your paper and poke it through the skewer on one end, and then you're gonna kind of fold it so that it could be just like that.
I'm okay. I'm over at the CSD. It's the final day for when I get off the call. I went to CSD.
All right. Does everybody understand? Following everything?
If we want, can we cut a skewer a little bit smaller so then we can add a small flag?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can decorate it. You can add flags to it if you want to. You can do anything really. Just as long as when you blow it, it'll be able to move. Let's see if mine works. It sure does. All right, so you guys can put like a fan behind it, or you can blow it, and then it'll be able to move forward. Should be able to move forward. And make sure you guys are careful with the hobby knives or scissors and things like that. Excuse me. All right. So when everybody's finished, you guys can go ahead and show us, or you can take a picture of it and send it to my email. That way I see it. Excuse me, choked on my water. All right, so this is how it should look, and then you can blow the back of it like this, and it should move forward. Oh, awesome, looks great. Perfect, perfect, awesome job. All righty, so these are our wind-powered cars. Alrighty, so that's the end of our craft for today. If you have any more questions about the craft, feel free to email me. I'll pop it into the chat right now. Oh, my bad. Give me 1 second. Okay, that's my email. And you guys can email me pictures of the crafts that we've done throughout this whole program. If you guys look at the other videos that we've been doing, you guys can check those out too and send pictures. I'd love to see them. And I would like to say thank you all for participating in all of our activities and listening to all of our speakers. It means a lot to me and the rest of the Youth Action Committee. I would also like to thank my volunteers. We had Kari and Anaya and Jasmine and Yushar and Dominic and Lauren. I appreciate all of you guys helping out. And Yash, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. I couldn't have done this without you. And I hope that next year we can be able to do our summer program in person again. Hopefully that will be an option. And I would also like to thank Miss Bernice Tingle for advising us and helping us get this done, and the Mountain House CSD for letting us use this space. and the library, and a special thank you to Miss Angel Lamb. She set up all of our calls. She started all of our calls. She got this room for us. She got the monitor prepared and everything. She got this computer for us, and a huge thank you to her.
Okay, I'd just like to say a few words. I hope that you've enjoyed your virtual summer camp program. But before I go any further, I just want to give a special thanks for Naila Johnson for orchestrating, taking her time and being here at all of the meeting dates at the appointed time, and making sure that it was not only beneficial for you, but it was also a learning experience. So I just want to thank you, Naila, and a hand clap. All you give her a hand tap and a thumbs up, because she spent her time and her summer doing things for the summer camp. And thank you so much. And we also want to wish her good luck on her new adventure into college. So we're going to be wishing you good luck on that, and stay in touch with us. And now, since she is a senior, she's graduated, now she is a YAC advisor.
Yes.
So take care and enjoy the rest of your summer, and continue to be safe.
Yes, stay safe, you guys. It was great seeing you all in all of our sessions, and I hope you guys join the Youth Action Committee when you guys are in middle school, high school, and you guys can help do the same. All right, have a great summer, guys. Bye.
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 Bye.